Source Music gave us a fantastic six-member girl group once upon a time, otherwise known as GFRIEND. Promoting between the years of 2015 to 2021, GFRIEND has amassed a loyal following, and for good reason, which is why I was surprised to find out one day that they had suddenly disbanded. So what happened to them? Well, let's talk about it. Sinbi, Sewon, Yuna, Yirin, Yuju, and Umji debuted on January 15th, 2015 with the EP Season of Glass and title track Glass B. A great debut. Honestly, they reminded me of Girls' Generation and A-Pink combined when they first debuted. They were just so bright and fresh-faced. The ladies are reassuring the listeners that even though they appear to be fragile like glass, they are strong and resilient. I absolutely love the message of this song. It's very empowering, and the song is absolutely amazing. I still listen to it a lot these days. It's literally one of my favorite songs of theirs. Obviously the first one I heard of them, and it's just still so great. It's very timeless. The album peaked at number 9 and sold over 21.9k copies. On July 23rd, 2015, the ladies came back with another EP called Flower Bud and the title track Me Gustas Tu. Now, this is another fantastic song. I loved this like when it came out, and I still love it now. The dance in this video is so good. I absolutely love it. And I also love how their songs were just composed back then, because their songs weren't too cutesy to the point that it was annoying, but it was also innocent enough that made you like fall for their charms. The ladies were definitely growing on the public at this time, because this EP did way better than their debut. It peaked at number 6 on the charts, and it sold over 28.2 copies. Then on January 25th, 2016, GFRIEND came back with another EP called Snowflake and the title track Rough. This comeback marked the conclusion of GFRIEND's high school saga. I feel like they ended it on a very high note. This song is one of their most popular songs. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't crazy about it when it first came out, but listening to it over again as I was doing the research to this video, coincidentally, I can definitely appreciate it a bit more back then. And I even downloaded it because the more I listen to it, the more I know I'm going to fall in love with it. It's actually a really good song, and I literally only heard it once when it came out, and then I wrote it off, but it's actually an amazing song, and I can see why it's still super popular and one of their best. I just can't get over how young they looked back then compared to how they flourished now. Just so adorable. This EP peaked at number 2 on the charts, and it sold over 43.9k copies. On June 15, 2016, it was confirmed that GFRIEND would star in the reality TV show called Showtime, which lets fans see how the ladies interact off stage as well as with each other in the groups. With other groups. So in this instance, GFriend was featured on the show with Mamamoo. Let me know if you all have seen this season of Showtime in particular. I wasn't a huge GFriend fan when this came out, so I didn't know about it at the time, but I'm glad that I found it now. The ladies get along so well. It really reminds me of watching a bunch of college students in a dorm, how they interact with each other, or like how just like a bunch of sisters are when they live together. Like I said, they get along so well. They speak to each other very well. They joke around like sisters or like how really close friends do. They eat off of the same little plates and things like that. And they joke around about like they just have their own little quirks and things, or like who's gonna do the dishes and things like that. Not to mention they all look so beautiful naturally. I really like their casual in-home outfit choices. I literally never look ready to go outside when I'm just at home. Like my loungewear is literally pajamas, but they look phenomenal. If you haven't seen this show, I highly suggest you watch it. It's definitely worth it, and it gives you a bit of insight as to how the ladies were back then as a whole and why they had such great chemistry on and off stage, which is very important. So on July 11th, 2016, GFriend released their first studio album called LOL with the title track Navelera. I remember when this song came out, again, I passed over this one too fast without giving it a fair shot, which I was totally wrong for because listening to it now again as I'm researching this video, I absolutely love it. This is a great song and the video is super cute to match. I love how the girls are just running around preparing the listener to just accept their love. Their song lyrics are just so sweet that I don't know if they're dedicating it to us fans or to a romantic interest. Either way, I feel like their love options back then was to like the entire world, and everybody was falling for GFriend at the time anyway, so I just assumed that the song was meant to be towards the world or towards us fans. So this album placed number 3 on the charts and it sold over 78.3K copies. On March 6th, 2017, the ladies came back with the EP Awakening and title track Fingertip. This comeback had the familiar sound of their previous songs, but with a more daring twist. The ladies are slightly bolder here and come to us with darker visuals as they declare that they're going to steal the love of the listener. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't care for this song at all. The outfits are super cute though, and the thought put into the concept of the video was entertaining to say the least. The album peaked at number 1 and sold over 75.3K copies. So despite my unpopular opinion, this was the first project that they actually got to reach number 1 at, which is just like amazing. On August 1st, 2017, we get another comeback EP called Parallel, with the leading single being Love Whisper. Comeback was done in classic GFriend style, and I actually didn't know it was that good until I heard it again recently. I know I keep repeating that, but it's true. I really wasn't a huge fan of GFriend. It was like a couple signature songs of theirs that I liked, and I just didn't really give them a shot, so excuse me. But the video is My favorite because those blue outfits are absolutely amazing. I literally wish I had one. And then the dance that they do, that little footwork, stole the show. GFriend needs all the credit for being so effortlessly charming. Amazing dancers. I mean, amazing, wonderful singers. And they do all of this without having a rapper in the group like most girl groups tend to do. Phenomenal. I just love how refreshing the song is, and the video definitely matches and captures all of the vibes. The album peaked at number 3 and it sold over 62.7K copies. On September 13th, 2017, the repackaged album version of Parallel called Rainbow was released with the title track Summer Rain. The more I jump down this GFriend rabbit hole, the more I'm just appreciating all of the songs that I had previously overlooked. I mean, this is another great song. I really love how they describe their intentions so eloquently in the lyrics. The ladies are basically comparing the sudden feeling of falling in love to that of a summer rain and the elements of the earth. It's so beautiful, and one thing I love about their songs is the piano or the orchestral breaks after the chorus. That's like their signature thing. They had such a classic sound that always gets me every time, and I think that's why listening to their music is just so relaxing or refreshing, because it just sounds so timeless and you can't really get tired of it. The formula was perfect for them, and that's what I felt like added a lot to their style and their success back then. So this album peaked at number 3 on the charts and it sold over 61.4K copies. On April 30th, 2018, the ladies came back with the EP and matching title track Time for the Moon Night. This comeback is different than their last and their previous ones because although they're singing in that bright, vibrant tone, the lyrics suggest that the ladies have just gone through a breakup, seemingly one that they were not prepared for, and they're expressing how they still long for the relationship and miss what is now gone. So when nighttime comes, they're just all up in their heads and all in their feelings about everything, which is understandable and also relatable. I love how instead of showing a struggling couple in the video, GFriend is just doing their thing and they're just being there for each other as sisters. They're going through memorabilia and comforting each other sweetly as best friends would do. They had such an awesome bond off camera, and it truly shows when they are in front of the camera. I also love the outfit choices in this video as well. They look more hip and mature here. I know it sounds like I love this song, but I actually wasn't a fan of the song itself. I just really appreciate it, and I can see why everyone else did. And like I said, I just love the video. The album peaked at number 1, and it sold over 89.4K copies. It's so funny. The songs that I actually admit that I don't like, they actually do the best. But yeah, it is a good song. I just, it just wasn't my cup of tea. So on July 19th, 2018, the ladies came back with an EP and matching title track called Sunny Summer. Love this song so much. It is such a beautiful chill vibe. The ladies are just so sweet, singing to their love interest about experiencing the essence of summer. This is truly one of their best feel good songs, and you just hear the vibes through every verse. The dance in the video is very entertaining and interactive. I absolutely love it. definitely please go check it out if you have not. Apparently everybody loved this one too because the album placed number 2 on the charts and it sold over 58.3K copies. And on January 14th, 2019, GFRIEND came back with the studio album Time for Us and title track Sunrise. This comeback is slightly different from the rest because it's more so about the ladies and their inner struggles. They're calling out to the sun for guidance to help them out of the dark, and it's honestly super relatable on several aspects, and especially depending on what you're going through or how you choose to relate on it. Even when it seems like things are hopeless and, you know, they're just still patiently waiting for the sunrise and they keep holding on. I absolutely love this song, and I love when they switch up the concept but still deliver it to us in true GFRIEND fashion, which is what they're just so good at doing. This album peaked at number 2 on the charts and it sold over 96K copies. Come July 1st, 2019, we get another comeback in the form of an EP called Fever Season and the title track Fever. It's safe to say the ladies were experimenting with different sounds by this, like around the time this comeback came around. I was definitely loving this comeback, from the dance to the outfits. I feel like they were shedding their previous colors here and taking on a more daring and mature look again. The video is very eye-catching and I just love how amazing they are at dancing. Literally none of their performances are boring because they're all-round performers. The album peaked at number 1 and it sold over 82.3K copies. After tons of Japanese promotions, the ladies came back on February 3rd, 2020 with the EP Labyrinth and the title track Crossroads. This comeback is done in true GFRIEND style again. I wasn't a fan of this song though, I'll be honest. I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. But the ladies are singing about a breakup and the aftermath it's left them in. I just love how their videos show them either supporting one another or just like going through the motions with each other. It's still worth a watch because it's a great video and the song is not bad. By all means, I'm never saying that. I feel like all of GFRIEND songs are very good. It's just, like I said, not my cup of tea, and that's okay. The album peaked at number 1 and sold over 82.7K copies. On July 13th, we'd get another EP called Song of the Sirens, with the title track being Apple. Was a fantastic comeback. I mean, this video was just super fun to watch. Very, very aesthetically pleasing, from the arrangements of the set to the hair and then the makeup and the Apple props. It was just so well coordinated. Very, very Like, it was just executed so well. The ladies are so alluring in this video, basically inviting you to join them in their festivities, and I'm all here for it. This song explores a different sound than the usual G Friend style, but I love when they do that because it showcases their different colors and charms. Definitely one of my favorite songs of theirs, hands on. This album peaked at number 3 and it sold over 90K copies. Now, the last project that we will receive from GFriend arrived as a studio album on November 9th, 2020, called I don't know how to say this, Walpurgis Night, and title track Mago. Love this song so much. It's just such a fun party disco type feel good banger. The ladies are so beautiful as usual. I feel like they're just full blown women here, telling us how unapologetic they are for dancing and living it up and just being themselves. It's such a great video to watch as well as they coordinate and play around each other. The outfits are so sparkling and beautiful, definitely eye catching, and you already know I love the dance to this song. I wish they could have experienced more with sounds like this before they disbanded, because I feel like this concept carried over very well and they definitely delivered. The album peaked at number 3 and it sold over 68.7K copies. So here's the juicy part. There was a lot of stuff going on around the time when we received news of GFriend's disbandment. First, we received a statement from their agency, Source Music, on May 18, 2021, according to Soompi, in regards to GFriend's disbandment, and this is what it says. Hello, this is Source Music. The exclusive artist contract with GFriend and Source Music will conclude on May 22nd. After careful consideration and extensive discussion, GFriend and Source Music have come to an agreement to allow separate paths to continued growth. To follow separate paths to continue growth. For the past 6 years, GFriend has won the boundless love of K-pop fans through a wide range of concepts, performances, and songs that marked a new generation of girl groups in music. We would like to express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to GFriend, who has allowed Source Music to accompany them on their journey. We would like to deeply thank all buddy and fans who have shown your love for GFriend, and we ask that you give your unchanging love and support to the members who will begin their adventures in new and diverse areas. Source Music will always continue to cheer for the members as they take the first step towards new beginnings. Thank you. The following day, on May 19, 2021, each member uploaded individual letters onto Weverse to address the disbandment news to their fans, and they go as follows, with Sowon saying, "Hello, buddy. This is Sowon. Debuting on January 2015 felt like a dream, and meeting Buddy was such a great blessing in my life. I think I received more love than I deserved, to the point where I wondered whether it was all right for me to receive this much love. To be honest, I'm not someone with high self-esteem, so there was definitely some difficult moments. However, I think that even those moments, on top of everything else, became opportunities for me to grow thanks to you all. I've said that I would always make you feel happy and proud as fans. I don't know if that went well or if I did well, but every day that I spent with you all was precious and a time for which I am thankful. I feel a great deal of regret and disappointment about not having been able to meet you more often or do more for you, but in the future I'll try to fill that with more things as a new start rather than a finish. Although GFriend has officially ended, this is not the end for us, so don't have too hard of a time. Buddy, it's difficult to convey all our time together through this letter, but like always, I believe that you'll know how I feel better than anyone else, even if I don't say it. Even though I'm slightly worried about going on a path I haven't been on before, I will work hard to move forward with thinking of Buddy, who are always supporting me. To Buddy, who must have been so shocked by the sudden news, I'm sorry and I love you. I'll make up for it with good things." Yerin says, "Hello, this is GFriend's Yerin. It's been a while since I've written a handwritten letter, and my heart feels heavy that it's about this. I've decided to part ways with Source Music, where I've been since I was 18 years old until I was 26. From debuting at 20 years old to become who I am today, I think this was all possible because I had by my side my dependable members who are like my family, Buddy, who have given me so much love to the point of making me wonder if I can receive this much, and the Source Music family, who worked harder than anybody. Through these 6 years, I've gone through dreamlike experiences that used to make me wonder, could this happen in real life? And I always received so much love that I wasn't sure I deserved. With that love, I think I worked hard not to become a bother by looking after myself and repaying what I received with good performances. I'm positive that these moments that won't return will forever be unforgettable for me. Thank you for surrounding me with so much love, no matter what happened. I think I was able to get to this point without becoming exhausted because I had Buddy. In the future, I will not forget these memories and live while working hard. Thank you for giving me such cool memories in my 20s. I loved you and will continue to love you lots. Thank you again, once again, to my fellow GFriend members, Buddy, and our Source Music family. Yuna says, "Hello, this is GFriend's Yuna. My heart aches because I think that we've given our fans sadness when you were likely looking forward to us more than ever. I've always worried only about what pretty words will make our Buddy happy, but now I wonder what words can provide you comfort, and writing each and every letter makes my heart heavy. I think it's such a blessing that I will always be able to remember and find our fans' support and cheers, which gave me so much strength. Although I was lacking, you gave me so much undeserved love, and because you always believed in me, I wanted to become a better person. From our debut through all our promotions, fan meetings, concerts, and every moment in between, I always wondered, am I someone who deserves to receive this much love? Can I be this happy? I'm not as incredible of a person that Buddy think I am, so is it okay for me to enjoy this gift like time? Because all these moments were only possible because you gave us your support. I was so thankful that I could sing such great songs, and I was so happy that we were able to shine thanks to you who recognized us. To me, this was the happiest and most beautiful 6 years. That truth will never change. To Buddy, whom I will love forever, I hope your future are only filled with good things. I sincerely hope your daily lives are filled with more laughter than tears. I thank you so much for being Buddy that was so reassuring and dependable for GFriend. Buddy must always be healthy and happy. I'll sincerely pray for you. Regardless of where or how I plan on working towards being able to keep singing, I will do my best to repay the fond memories I have with you all. This has been GFriend. Thank you, and I love you. Our Buddy." Yuju says, "Hello, this is GFriend's Yuju. I've often expressed my thoughts in writing before, but I think this is the first time I'm writing a letter that encompasses so many thoughts and memories. I worry whether you were all really shocked, and my heart feels heavy as I imagine it. Every day that I spent as GFriend was extremely precious thanks to you all. I also wanted to gift you days like that, so I spent a very valuable 6 years trying to better myself. To everyone who cried and laughed together with us throughout that journey, I want to sincerely thank you once again. Since you gifted us such a big, immeasurable part of your hearts, I had a lot of thoughts while recently looking back on our memories. This time was that much more beautiful because I was with my fellow members, and it was an honor to be able to sing and dance in front of our fans who cheered us on. Thank you for loving GFriend up until now. To my Buddy, who is the most precious in the whole world, I will never forget your facial expressions, gazes, and voices when we got up on stage, and I'll keep them in the warmest places of my heart. Thank you for protecting me, who wasn't very tough, so that I wouldn't break easily. To make sure this ending doesn't end in sadness, I will continue to show myself moving forward in the future. Once again, I love you, and thank you. This has been GFriend." Sin says, "Hello, this is GFriend Sin B. My heart feels very heavy relaying such sudden news to Buddy and my first letter in a while. I thought for a long time about how to tell you and was very careful about bringing it up. For the past 6 years that I've spent promoting as GFriend Sin B, Buddy has been our reliable support and driving force. Thanks to you, I was so happy to receive enough love and support to make me feel like it was undeserved, and I was so thankful to be able to perform such good songs. Every time I saw all of your letters and cheers and warm gazes, I was able to grow and improve. I was so happy in every moment, and I think I was able to complete our past promotions well because we had our fans who had become the people I wanted to share good news with first. I'm so sad, apologetic, and regretful that I can't keep my promise to see you for a long time under the name G Friend, but I know that the weight of those words well, and I will work hard to not take it lightly. I won't ever forget our promotions or our fans' love, and I'll cherish my feelings of gratitude as we slowly repay it through our individual activities. All my memories from the past 6 years were the happiest times that cannot be replaced with anything else. I'm thankful to Source Music, who made my lacking self into G Friend, to my fellow G Friend members and our buddy who gifted me this dreamlike time. Thank you so much. I'm sorry and I love you. Thank you so much for reading this long letter, and please stay healthy until the day we meet next. MG says, "Hello, this is G Friends MG. With feelings of gratitude and regret, I've said goodbye to many things that had become a part of my everyday life for the past 6 years, and moving forward, my members and I will now be spending our time a bit differently. I started out in quite a lacking and unknowing state, but the time up until now has been a precious learning experience that made me realize so much. I want to sincerely thank you for applauding and being happy for me during the growth process of my lacking self. When we first debuted, there were times when I felt like I was running in circles with no direction or purpose, but looking back, I was able to feel just how impressive and meaningful of a path I had been walking. This helped me better appreciate and enjoy all the situations I experienced while working. The biggest reason I felt this way was for our fans, Buddy, whom I love so, so much. To be honest, no matter how resolutely I try to write this, when I think of Buddy, who work to suppress their upset feelings in order to wish us happiness and give us support, my heart aches so much. No matter how much I try to measure or imagine those feelings, I don't think I'm able to feel the entirety of what you feel. So I feel extremely apologetic. For our Buddy who are hurting and unprepared for this farewell, I really hope that my wish to hug you reaches you at least a little bit. I was thankful for you in the past, I'm thankful now, and I'll continue to be thankful in the future. Everything feels the same to me now, but I do slightly fear the unfamiliar times ahead that I'll slowly have to get used to. However, for everyone who will be watching over me, I will try to move forward bravely and coolly. Lastly, to the Source Music employees and the many staff members who worked tirelessly for GFriend over the past 6 years, thank you very much for all of our precious relationships, both short and long. And more than anything, my precious GFriend members who have experienced so many different things together, both seen and unseen. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to experience all of this. With all of my love, and thank you so much, and I love you. To our Buddy, once again, I miss you so much and I love you. I will sincerely hope and pray that all of you are happy and free in the future. Thank you." Okay, so despite the official statement and the handwritten letters, this news did not sit well with GFriend's fierce community of friends. So the next day, on May 20th, Source Music found themselves issuing another statement in regards to the disbandment, essentially an apology statement for the abrupt news, and it goes as follows. "Hello, this is Source Music. First and foremost, please allow us to express our regret for causing concern to all fans with the sudden announcement of the conclusion of artist contract. We would like to once again thank all fans who have expressed their boundless love for GFriend. We are aware of the concerns as well as requests being made by fans regarding plans for the management of GFriend content following the conclusion of our company's exclusive artist contract. We are striving to ensure that we can address these concerns as best as we can. While there have not been sufficient time following the decision, we finalize all details regarding these issues. We would like to provide an overview of what has been decided in order to assist you in continuing your experience with GFriend's content and services. We are acutely aware of the distress and confusion that the sudden news has caused to many. Both the artist and the company worked until the very final moments of our discussions to give you the news you awaited for, and we are deeply regretful that we were not able to bring you the results you hoped for. GFriend pioneered a new generation of girl group music with a wide range of concepts, performances, and songs, and were loved by all fans who witnessed their growth as artists. GFriend shone brightest as stars as a team when they were together as GFriend. We ask that you continue to give them your love and support as a member as each member begins to take the first step of their new journeys. Our company will continue to support the members to ensure that their first steps are filled with hope, and we will continue to be on their side for their future endeavors. We will strive to ensure that all fans can remember GFriend and remain by their side for as long as we possibly can. Please allow us to express our sincerest gratitude." So apparently the fans weren't the only ones in shock of the news of GFriend's sudden disbandment, despite the claims from the agency about how the ladies chose not to renew their contracts. It seemed to differ on their own personal accounts of events that unfolded around that time in 2021. So the first member to speak out on GFriend's disbandment was Sinbi. According to Sumpi, Sinbi opened up on Scan Viviz about how she hadn't even known Mago would be the group's final promotion and how unmotivated she had started to become prior to even that point. And she states, I think it started around our Fever promotions. From then on, I hated watching myself perform. I used to really love watching the fan cams of myself, but then starting around then, I stopped wanting to watch them, and I hated the way I looked in them because I wasn't satisfied with my own performances. So starting from then on, I gradually began to lose motivation. She continued by saying, that feeling of depression lasted a really long time. The depression lasted through our final round of promotions as GFriend. So to be honest, my motivation had really dropped before our Mago promotions because I didn't know that they would be our final promotions as a group. So I went through the promotions feeling really unmotivated because of my depression, and looking back on it now, I find myself thinking, why did I wrap up those promotions without any motivation? I think that might be the reason I'm burning with motivation now, the reason I'm even more motivated and determined to work hard. So, when discussing the pressure of having to reveal the disbandment to their fans, Sinbi weighs in on the matter by stating, we didn't know how to tell our fans we won't be promoting as a group anymore. GFriend won't be renewing our contracts. We weren't allowed to tell the fans first because the company's announcement. So if you watch our V Live broadcast from about a month before the news of our disbandment broke, the members will suddenly start crying in the middle. There are clips of the members crying while watching videos of the fans cheering us on. We cried so much beforehand that I thought we couldn't cry on the day the news articles about our disbandment were published since we already cried so much. She continued by saying, we lived in 2 dorms with 3 members each, and I lived with Sowan and Yuna. And when we all saw the news in the morning, we all came out of our rooms crying at the same time with tears running down our faces, even though I thought we wouldn't cry. Last year, we didn't show it in front of our fans, and we didn't show it during broadcasts, but it was a really, really tough year for all of us. I never imagined that I would cry so much during one year. I feel like I cried enough tears for an entire lifetime last year. On the possibility of GFriend reuniting and why Vivis has no leader, Sinbi states, honestly, I believe that GFriend will get back together again one day to release an album or do something as a group. So we decided amongst ourselves we don't need more than one leader. Sowan is enough, so let's not pick a leader. And we didn't choose a new leader. We left the spot of a leader open for her. I personally think we'll only be apart for a short time. Simbi went on by saying, I think if we work hard and do a good job with our promotions as Vivis and each member hones her skills on her own and then we reunite afterwards, that will look really cool. Agreed. Soan stepped up shortly after to give her recollections on the hardships she's faced when she found out about the disbandment of GFriend. According to Sumpi, during an interview with Big Issue magazine, Soan opens up about her struggle and why she doesn't even consider the group to be disbanded in the first place, stating, first of all, the other GFriend members and I don't think of the group as disbanded. But it's true that it was hard for me to accept the news. Because the news was so sudden, I'd always thought that I wanted to become an actress and start acting someday, but I'd never imagined that the time for that would be now. After we parted ways, I struggled a lot emotionally, she confessed. But since I have to keep on living and forging a new path, I couldn't just keep struggling. But of course, it took quite a long time for me to accept that fact as reality. Now it's been nearly a year, so the members have all accepted it and are adjusting to the new situation. To be honest, I think I'm the one who's had the hardest time adjusting. So, GFriend released 5 albums, 10 EPs, 19 singles, as well as 139 nominations and winning 33 of them. Now, it sounds like the ladies weren't ready to call it quits. Despite how difficult it is being an idol, especially one in a girl group, I feel like GFriend carried themselves very well. It had a lot to do with their band with their bond and how well they got along with each other. They were like glue holding each other up, and I'm glad that they still support each other to this day and don't even consider themselves to be disbanded. Many groups leave a company but still reunite later on down the road, so I'm looking forward to their comeback. I just feel like they left us too soon as GFriend, and they were doing so well. I feel like they were just getting at the top of their game again. You know, they consistently top the charts, had massive support, sold over hundreds of thousands of copies of whatever they produced. I just don't get why the company chose to let them go at that time. But it seemed to be, you know, a business move ultimately. Most groups fall around the 7 year limbo state, as YG previously let us know. Um, so maybe that has something to do with it. In any case, that's all I have for GFriend. I had so much fun making this one because they have a special place in my heart now. I have a newfound love for this group, and I'm definitely want to see them again. Let me know who your favorite member is, what your favorite comeback was. How did you feel when they disbanded? Were you outraged, sad? Let me know everything. Until the next one, I'll see you around. Masalam.